Right, mate, I'll try and talk you through a lap then. So let's get on with it then. Into the chicane. I tend to hold third gear here, down into second, try and really hug that anchor on the right hand side as much as you can, and then floor it on the gas all the way. Third gear, brake, down into second just before that little bit of a rise, and then try and get the left hand apex through Hatzenbach. Power on all the way, let the car wander over to the left, and it's brake, but keep in fourth gear and try and get that right hand apex. Back on the power, we should be able to get up to fifth gear for Hatzenbach. Fourth, third, and really aim for that right hand apex. Just let the car drift over to the left a little bit, and then now through the combination. Keep it on third, power on, really get on the curb on the right, hit the apex on the left, and then back on the power again. I tend to brake really early here to try and get just on that little bit of cobble off the curb there, and then down towards Flugplatz, fourth up to fifth. Try and hug the right hand side, and now onto the left hand side. Fifth gear, tap of the brakes, a little bit off the power, keep it in fifth. You might have to go down to fourth, but just really power the car through and it should drive it all the way up past Flugplatz. And now it's a constant angle apex all the way around those two little left hand curves. Really important to stay to the right here, a little bit of a jump just beyond that, brake, fifth, really hug the left hand apex and put the power on, that'll really drive the car through. Back to fourth, back to third, and then try and get that right hand apex on the power now, but nice and softly under the bridge, and then down to Fuchsrow. I think the pronunciation is correct. Try and keep the car as straight as possible. You should be able to get up to sixth gear as we go uphill, and now keep to the right hand side, brake, fifth, left hand side, really take a little bit more curb there. Fourth gear, I tend to go around Forst in third gear. You might have to go down to second, but if you get that apex right, keep it in third, because what it means is you can just use that torque on the way out and it just saves the car sliding too much. Random tree on the left hand side, fourth gear, fifth gear, just keep to the right hand side, brake now fourth, and now really commit to this one, left hand side and power on, that'll allow the car to slide. Back to third, left hand through to Metzgersfeld, a little bit slidey around here, you might be able to get up to fourth, brake early, third gear, and I'm now aiming for the little white mark on the right hand side there. Be careful powering out because it is a bit slippery, a little bit of correction there, and now a nice setup, back off the power, fourth, and power through now, keep on the power, bit of brake off the power, and then we're trying to go for the second curve, and then just let the car run wide a little bit, and then now down fourth, third, second gear, and really take it nice and carefully through here. I short shift up to third gear, it just saves the car going too wide to the left there. Fourth, you might get to fifth, I tend to just go to fourth, third gear, and now really aim for that left hand apex, a little bit wide there, and I completely fucked up this part of the track. As you can see, I just managed to keep hold of it. Too much power there, but luckily kept the car under control, and it still actually didn't cost me too much time. Fourth gear, fifth gear, just kiss the curb a little bit, fourth, third, really late, and then just try and keep that power nicely feathered as you come out of it, because what we want is now a really good launch up the hill. I tend to hold the gears a little bit longer going up here. It just means that you can get the maximum as we're going uphill. Keeping to the left hand side, and now just letting the car drift to the right and really attacking that apex and trying to keep the car as straight as possible without backing off or braking at all. I don't bother going up to sixth here because it's uphill and you just end up losing speed. Keep off that curb to the right because it's big, little bit of cobble there, take that, fourth, and then just let the car slide to the right a little bit and then back on the power again. And now I'm aiming for just to the crest of the hill and really attacking off the power, back on the power straight away, keeping the car straight. Just before the curb, brake, fourth, third, second gear. I was a little bit wide there, you can sometimes take that in third, and it's really slippery here, so it's just really careful on the power as you go up to carousel. Right hand side, fourth, brake now, third, and really commit to the carousel, keeping it on the concrete part in the middle there. Stiffer chassis now, so you've got to be really careful, then power out. Going back up the hill now towards the other part of the forest, right hand curb, just back off the power a little bit and let the car drift to the right. Don't go too far off that AstroTurf, otherwise you're dead. Keep it in fourth, you might have to go down to third, but it's just back off and feather the throttle a little bit, keep it straight, don't take that curb on the left, try and hug the curb on the right and back on the power straight away. Up to fourth, keeping it in fourth now, braking, back off the power, late change to third, back on the power now and really hook that right hand curb, really take quite a lot of that curb. Really hook the curb here as well to third and just let the car drive itself around really. You don't always need to go to fourth here, I just did there because I was carrying quite a bit of speed. Third gear all the way around, keep to the left, back on the brakes and really take that right hand curb. Power to YouTube, and it's just a case of trying to keep the car going all the way around. Don't get on the power too early. Right, this one, brake early so you can get a really nice curve into that part of the corner and then straight down. Fourth, up to fifth, left-hand apex or left-hand curb, right-hand curb, brake just before the jump into fourth, and now really just commit. Feather the throttle, keep the car going round to the right and now to the left. Take that little bit of extra curb there, fourth, into fifth now, and really commit to the bell-off curves. Try and keep right, left, we're trying to keep the car as straight as possible. And now this is a really tricky part, is trying to judge the braking point. So I brake now, fourth, and really try and attack that inside right curb. Down to third, and again try and take that left-hand apex. Keep the car straight before you put the power on into the Kleiner carousel, and again just really try and apex the carousel. Don't go too early on the power. And now I'm looking for the red and white left-hand curb. Just back off the power, bit of braking, keep it in fourth, and now I'm just modulating the throttle to keep that constant apex around and looking for the acceleration point there, hard on the throttle, and now just aiming all the way down the Dottinger. So we're at about 6:30 under the bridge there, so that's not too bad. So it's about another 40-45 seconds from here. I actually managed to get to 299 kilometers an hour and not quite 300. So I'll fold the wing mirrors in next time, and we should be able to break the 300 kilometers an hour. Right, aim for the left-hand side of the bridge as it's blind, and really just keep the power on, don't do anything else. Now we need to just back off the power now because we're carrying a lot more speed than normal. Back off the power, little tap of the brake, into fourth, into third for the chicane, and then just try and let the car take itself around into third, into second, and really cut that apex into the Armco again. And there we go, a 711 on Treferios. Excellent. Hopefully understood everything I said there. Shall see. Yippee-ki-yay.